What's good, everyone? It's your boy Salos, back again with another Monster Hunter video, and as you can see, we're here in World because this is probably going to be the last time we are here for quite a minute. We just got a reveal for Monster Hunter Wilds, and not gonna lie, I mean, people kind of act like I'm not excited for this game, but there's actually a really good video that I watched, and if I remember, I'll link it. I'm pretty sure it was by I can't remember. I don't know why his name escaped me, but basically he was just saying if you've been around since World or whenever your first Monster Hunter game is, you kind of know the motions of a new game, so you kind of know what to expect. So I guess that's what my expectations are tempered. I'm not like over the moon, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this game to come out. So that's why my reactions are kind of lukewarm to all of this. But best believe I am excited for this game. I'm just not like jumping over the moon. But what was revealed today, yeah, that definitely got me like I might need to play this game sooner rather than later. And as you see, we're joined by a bug here because we actually watched this live. So, what did you think about when you first saw what jumped out to you the most, I should say?
I'd say what jumped out the most was how it reminds me of Bug. But yes, what really got me pumped was that now now with the monsters are being more showcased and we're finally able to get a little bit more detail what's going on. It's been oh, this game is looking beautiful, the environments are amazing, and then on top of that, seeing Gore Magala again was crazy because my introduction with him was back in Sunbreak. So I don't have that long history like my buddy Sailors over here has, so it's gonna be really cool to fight him again. And
you have a long history with someone else. Like I said a couple of days ago when we were hunting, for me, well, specifically when I was fighting Demo Magnamalo in the Switch, well, not in the PS5 version of Rise. What Gore Magala is to me is what Magnamalo is to you. So
yes, I can briefly explain that. Pretty much, like, on the Switch version of Monster Hunter Rise, like, I was lucky enough to get the demo version to play, so very first Monster Hunter game.
It's not a free demo that's not in the eShop to this day, but continue.
Well, it was at the time it was my first introduction to Monster Hunter, but yes, I got a chance to fight Demo Magnamalo when you had the 15-minute timer, and he proceeded to two-shot me in like less than a second.
And it's looking like that's what's gonna happen this time with Arkveld, because I know what the community wants. I know you guys didn't want to fight Arkveld in the demo. You are saying, please don't let us fight Arkveld. We want that to be a surprise. There's actually a funny little meme that's been running around where it's like if you show Monster Hunter fans I think the meme went that Capcom advertising their game and Monster Hunter fans are they have like a cross in front of them saying, "The Spirit of Christ compels you. The Spirit of Christ compels you." Like they just don't want anything to do with it. But honestly, I feel like I might just be the minority. I am the minority in this situation. But I actually kind of want to fight Arkveld. I want to see what he's about. And unless you're just like a super cracked hunter, I don't think you're gonna be beating Arkveld. I'm just putting that out there right now.
Yeah, if you're able to beat him, depending on if they still have the 15-minute time limit.
They are.
If you could beat,
I'm telling you that right now. They are.
Yeah.
That's basically a series staple at this point.
Yeah, especially back in Sunbreak with Malzeno.
I think the only real question that's gonna be had is how difficult is he gonna be? Because Demo Magnamalo, he traumatized you so much, you still talk about him to this day. Demo Malzeno, however,
no, he was a blast, but yeah, he's still a blast both demo-wise and in-game, but yeah, it wasn't that insane.
Yeah, we were able. I'm pretty much it was like we know we can beat him. It's just that stupid timer.
Yeah,
Which
stupid time
what
limit.
sounds like that was the case with Volcano too. It sounds like demo Volcano was hard, but it sounded like it was just that timer that just kept screwing you all over. But I heard demo Nergigante was a demon. So if patterns continue, demo Nergigante was a threat. Demo Magnamalo was a threat. So if the pattern continues, the base game monster is what's gonna be, you know, a challenge, and then the expansion monster is gonna be what you kind of, let's not say they're easy, but you know.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
I think a part of that could be attributed to that it's a new game. Like at the time, World was a brand new game. You're fighting, and even in Wilds, like there are so many new mechanics in Wilds that we're trying to get accustomed to, like with the focus strikes and all that. I think it just goes back to that whole mentality that you will be a better hunter by the time the new monster come out. So I don't think that Malzeno was any harder or easier than Magnamalo. It's just that we just got used to wire bugging. We got a lot more efficient with it, a lot more fluid with it, and we got more accustomed to our weapons. So we were just better hunters than we were in Rise when we barely knew how to swing a wire bug. Same thing will apply when we've had to fight Arkvale. We're still learning how to use like offset attacks and how to use focus strikes. So we haven't optimized all that just yet. So I think that's why Arkvale's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, especially since the beta won't have the new changes of data for, like, for example, my main weapon, Insect Glaive, where you can do a counterattack strike where you have all the essences with the charging ability.
Yeah, the offset.
Yeah, the offset attack. But yeah, that won't be happening until the actual game comes out. So I just got to just bob and weave.
Speaking of feedback, though, I am well, not that feedback, but speaking of player responses, that they actually listened. I know I'm like a drop of rain in a river. So I'm not saying that my video really did anything, but all I'm saying is that I made a big point in my thoughts on the first beta about the online, and I gave them a direct solution on how to fix the online. Yeah. I'm not. I mean, we do know that developers do listen to player feedback. That video got a little bit of traction, not a big amount, but it got some eyes. So I'm not saying that I did anything, but I just find it very interesting that they took my specific suggestion and that was the solution they came to. But again, it came from a 20-year-old game, so it's not like it's a brand new idea at all. I just find that interesting to note. But yeah, you already told your little story, and I mean, this isn't, to those of you who've been around, you already know the story by now, but just in case, my first game was not Monster Hunter Rise. I did Rise Player, the whole Rise Player series, because it's good for branding, but my actual first game was 4 Ultimate, and I don't really count that game because I struggled my way through it. I beat what's that monkey's name? The one that kind of covers his ears, and he has a very epic theme music. I beat him. I beat Nursilla, which, by the way, Nursilla is back, so another monster. I beat Gypsaros, and Gypsaros is back too. So yeah, I'm kind of basically reliving my 4 Ultimate experience in a way. I got all the way to Gore Magala in the Repel quest, couldn't beat him, and I said, screw this game, I'm done. And I put it down for like 7-8 years. And then I came back to Rise of Sunbreak, and the rest is history. So, yes, Gore Magala made me rage quit from the series. So that's why I have like this massive hate boner for Gore Magala. And he better be glad he's not this demo. He knew I was playing the demo, so that's why he ran away, because he knew that I would have hunted him to the ends of the earth. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially how much stronger you've gotten since all those years ago to now.
Also, I wasn't going to tell you and DP this, but if Gore Magala was in that demo, I was going to find a way to play that demo before you guys and kill Gore Magala by myself. So you better be glad he's not
You
in
know
that
what?
demo.
I am not surprised, especially that one time when we were fighting Gore when I need your help. You're like, one of us will die. And I just kept quiet.
No, I
after
remember
that
what
one.
happened in that situation. It was that you didn't need my help. It was just my health was stupid low. You're like, Salos, your HP, you need a heal. It's like, no, one of us is dying today.
I got so quiet. I was like, oh shit, oh shit. Like I had chills. I had legitimate chills down my spine when you said it like that. I'm like, oh my. But no, yeah, I was already familiar with your blood oath. You're literally a Belmont from the Castlevania series, hunting down Dracula when it comes to Gore Magala.
You don't belong in this world.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world. Richter Belmont.
Also, I was playing Sunbreak, but while I was waiting for this presentation to start on the PS5, and our reaction. You know what? You guys are probably looking at that right here. You know, I'll throw you guys a bone. Oh, yes, there is this.
Endless Eden Jungle.
Those who
God, it
settled
looks-
this land
This looks so much better. What the heck?
will behold its breathtaking splendor. Ancient ruins, lush greens, and rich waters.
This looks so good.
Yes, it does.
Let's make this a quick one.
But yeah, I was just blown away by how good the flooded. It's not the flooded forest. What's the jungle?
The jungle.
Yeah, the jungle just looks so good on the PS5, and if that's a Switch game, if that's a Switch game that looks this good on a PS5, I'm actually really excited to see what the jungle level is gonna be like in Wilds. And then the apex of that region too, the Leviathan or whatever.
Oh, you're the big fish?
Yeah. I know, like I said, I know that the Spirit of Christ repels you, and you guys are like avoiding any type of gameplay footage, so you guys are just pretty much looking at this for the entire time. There is no Wilds gameplay. Don't worry, you guys can watch freely, my dudes. But the gameplay for that monster specifically, and then he inflicts like a new blight. It seems like I don't think anyone really figured out what that blight is. But I'm just really excited to explore that map. Of all the regions, which I'm kind of no shade to the sandy plains, but I don't know. It's a desert, like in deserts.
Hey, still have one of the most bigger themes.
Oh no, not sandy plains. What's this? Where we fight Ray Dow at in Wilds?
I forgot the name.
But yeah, that's what I'm
I
referring to. We're just fighting in a desert. People are just saying that the game doesn't look that great. It's because we're in a desert. Deserts just aren't very interesting in video games. There's just, So I wish that if there was one wish I had, I wish that we were fighting in that rainforest, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Also, I'm really excited for the photo mode.
Yes, finally. Like, if only we had our reactions for that, but we have been going through it trying to get thumbnails for all the stuff for Fatalis and Elatrion.
Oh god, yeah, pretty much, because you have to either get lucky with the kill screenshot or, just go in there without your HUD and then just pray that you got good angles when you're fighting.
Although I do remember that developer challenge. There was that one developer that fought without a HUD. I forgot. It was like a little side series that they were doing, and they were talking about how this is how they that fighting without a HUD wasn't too difficult for them, because when they're developing the game, that HUDs are stuff that you do on post. So when you're just developing the raw game, there is no HUD. So they're like, this is just development, people. This ain't our first rodeo. This might look like a challenge, but this is just how we built the game.
But you know what? Respect. But yeah, back with photo mode, because I remember like back in like, well, Smash 4, Smash Ultimate, when it came to taking pictures, me and you learn how to do all that, especially with some of those perfect angles. So we learned quite a bit how to like do that, in which one time we actually got one of our battle pictures as a thumbnail for a community montage, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the ability to do that now freely, or more effectively freely, that's really gonna pay off, because as you said it with Fatalis and Alatreon, it was get lucky.
Also, guild cards no more. We just got full-on character profiles now.
Yeah, we got struck a pose.
It looks like it's gonna be more than just that, though, because I saw very quickly. I've only seen the trailer once, so I'm going basically based off memory. But I saw I saw on the top right, it was like dual blades or hammer and that type of stuff too. So that kind of indicates that if it works like I said, if they actually did look into AQ, hats off to you. But the way character pages work in AQ is that you can search up a character. Like if I search up a bug, then there'll be a section over there that's saying, it'll say a bug level 65 warrior class or whatever, level 99, and then there'll be another tab underneath it. They'll say like your achievements, and it'll say beat the 13 Lords of Chaos, or was there for the 10th anniversary. And then underneath that, it'll show all your equipment, saying these are all the classes that he has, which in Monster Hunter terms could be you played 120 hours with Insect Glaive, and you played 70 hours with the bow, and stuff like that. And then it could also show like your current build and all that stuff, or all your hunter loadouts. So that's just, if they do it kind of like how AQ did it, that could be cool to kind of see how other people make their builds. Like maybe you could say under Insect Glaive, you could see, oh, I use full Alatreon for my Insect Glaive build, but for my bow I use full Fatalis, stuff like that.
Yeah, it does sound like. Oh, if they do have to pull it off like that, that would be really great. But also, thank God we have private lobbies for right now for the beta that's coming out soon.
Like I said, that was my pitch. That was my pitch.
If by chance that was the case, I would be like, wow, you really went into the future for that one.
But also, I do know I wasn't a special snowflake. I know that was something that a lot of people complained about, that no one understood how the matchmaking worked, and there were only a certain select amount of people that actually understood how it worked. And it was only after the beta ended that people explained how it worked. It's like, well, that would have been nice to know during the beta, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm also excited to see like what other stuff we're gonna be able to deal with, because, well, this is gonna be our first time going from, well, in this case, from Rise Sunbreak, and we're moving on up to the next game, because we only went Rise Sunbreak, went back to World, and then now we're shooting off to the next game.
And that's the video. There will definitely be a link. I will go back and hunt down that video. But it was pretty much what to expect from a Gaijin Hunter. That's his name. But he was basically explaining like what to expect from a new generation. He was saying that, one, expect a lot of quality of life, because that's just, new players is not a bad thing, and making the game more accessible to more people is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, expect a lot of videos floating around, and no shades to those people, because that is just another form of way how to enjoy the game, and only you can experience how to enjoy the game. But there'll be a lot of things like saying best meta sets, or this is how you do the best DPS, or this is the optimal build. Like, those videos will exist, and to those people that like to optimize to the nth degree to do the maximum possible damage, more power to them. Let them do them. Let them enjoy the game how they see. They paid for that product. Let them enjoy it how they choose to enjoy it. But at the same time, do not let those people tell you that that's the only way to play the game. Because like with DP, his whole shtick is that my name is one letter off from DPS. He likes doing big numbers, but he also found that, oh wow, Mushroom Mancer is actually that. But also it's like, Mushroom Mancer doesn't do damage, but wow, being able to have 10 max potions in the middle of the hunt is actually kind of broken. So is it the most optimal thing to run Mushroom Mancer? No. But it was a way that he learned how to enjoy the game better. So just don't be too hyper fixated that you don't have to run max attack boost, max crit eye, and all that stuff. Just find the build that you like to play, because at the end of the day, if you're watching a build like this, you're probably already a pretty decent hunter. You know your way around a monster. So just don't be afraid to have fun and make the build that's most comfortable for you. Unless your name is specifically Alatreon.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully
outside of that one specific case, have fun.
Yeah, Alatreon, yeah. Hopefully, I think it's kind of been confirmed. I'm not quite sure, but that like elements and all that are definitely getting a buff in terms of damage for a while, since it's like since that really was the case in Rise Sunbreak.
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as they're able to keep that, at least keep that formula, and then definitely improve upon it in Wilds. And depending on the expansion itself, if we have to meet a DPS check, at least the tools will be right there. But definitely not having that Alatreon horror story. Oh God.
Well, we've been going for a minute now, and I know you're probably got to get going in a little bit. So, is there anything you want to say before we end off?
Yes, I'm excited for when the beta comes out again, and we'll do the best we can against Arcvale. Definitely see some videos off of that stuff. But I'm gonna give it my all, and as you stated, I still need to get better with my insect glaive anyway, and other stuff. So I'm really hyped to be able to see what else I can do, when the full game comes out. I'm really excited. Yeah,
for me, I think that as you guys know, if you guys have been around for a minute, you guys know that for every Monster Hunter game, I learn a new weapon. Rise was kind of just me trying to just find my footing, and that's where I found that dual blades were my calling card. So I guess you could say Rise was dual blades. In my retrospective series, it's longsword. I've been learning a lot about longsword.
He's been doing well.
But yeah, in that I feel like I've learned a lot about longsword, but you guys will see that journey for yourself starting the day that Wilds drops. And in World, it was the Charge Blade adventure, and in Wilds, I think it's hammer time. So that's my final answer. I'm sticking to it. You guys know I've been at an existential crisis trying to find what weapon I'm gonna learn this game. Final answer: hammer. It's gonna be hammer. The only thing that I'm debating with now is that secondary weapon, because what I'm really rattling with is that I know I can bring dual blades or charge blade, but I feel like if I'm ever in a bind, because it always happens. It happened with charge blade with Nerchigante, where I had to just learn and lock in and learn the weapon. It happened in Rise. Well, yeah, it happened in the Rise retrospect with Apex Mitsutsune, where I had to learn how to counter and learn his attack patterns and just become better at the weapon. But if I have dual blades on me while I'm trying to learn the hammer, I feel like that's gonna take away from those moments where my back's against the wall and I have to go even further beyond to learn the weapon. So that's the only reason I don't want to bring dual blades with me. But right now it's gonna be either dual blades or bow as my secondary weapon. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. And hopefully in this beta period, I'll have my answer for that as well.
Very understandable. Cause I already said it with my insect glaive. I need to get better with it anyway. Even though Alatreon with the biggest, hey, you need to get better, and then with the wild stuff like the mimic style with the Kinsect and all that, which is really great. But I do want to make sure I get better with the great sword, cause there were times I tried and I just failed miserably with it, and I want to do better with that weapon.
I
So,
mean, the
definitely
great
sure.
sword is the only weapon that can do both the clash and the offset.
Yeah.
It's great sword, heavy bowgun, and something else. I forgot what that third weapon was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
That is very true.
But like I said, I know you gotta get going a little bit, so I'm gonna end it off right here. But also, these discussion videos, like I said, this is not the end all be all. This isn't just because we feel this way. These are just these discussions are just springboards. That I want to hear what you guys have to say too. That this is a conversation. Video is just a place for us to all share what we just saw, because we're all excited about the game and we all want to talk about what we just saw. So if you want to comment on anything we said, go ahead. I will be in the comment section. I will be responding to as many comments as I can. And let's just enjoy this period before Wilds comes out. So, with all that being said, I'm about to get up out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the comments and in the coming days. Till then, deuces.
Bye.